watching the SEC on ESPN. It is a Sunsplash Sunday afternoon. How about some bark at the park, and why not for this matinee? The rubber match in a top 15 showdown between Alabama and Arkansas. Hogs shut out Bama on Friday night in game one. Bama in comeback fashion last night in game two, 5-1. That tells. Payoff pitch from Linestock on the way. Two-hopper over to second. Halverson to Ellis. One away. Now the Crimson Tide, Jenna Johnson moved into the two-hole yesterday.
In the zone, but Jenna Johnson got a hold of a drop ball on a 3-1 count and just sent it out of the yard.
Hit sharply, and that is a fair ball down the left field line. Johnson rounding first, and the throw cut off to settle in before she kind of found her rhythm. This one served to left field, drifting back Kramer. And she'll make the easy play for out number two.
You often wonder if the weather plays a factor for somebody like Morgan Linestock, who
ESPN, the back-to-back SEC championships, really kickstart this decade. And again on this Sunday afternoon, a called strike three. And the one-out double is stranded.
and has the left side of the infield especially has to play extremely close.
3-1 from Beaver, hit right back towards the circle. An easy play. The veteran pitcher for out number one. Hit softly in a slow roller. Nobody home. Now Broadfoot turned around, looking to try to get it to Hevelin. And Carter hustling down the first.
From Kayla Beaver in game one. You notice there is nothing over the heart of the plate.
That's a different story, and that ball is gone. A two-run bomb. And Arkansas with a statement here in the bottom of the first. 14th of the season for the Auburn transfer, Bree Ellis.
To Beaver, how everything was on the outside part of the zone. This one, a rise ball up and inside. Bree Ellis knows it straight off of the bat that this thing is leaving the yard, heading out into that parking lot beyond left field. Gets into a 2-0 count, knows that Kayla Beaver doesn't want to fall behind anymore, try to bring a strike in there. And what a great...
The at-bat coming up right now. Ball four. First walk issued by Kim this year. Have involved homers. 11 to be exact. Could be two. The quick turn over to first. In time. No! Called safe. Gamble hustling.
To first base, just not in time.
Down the right field line, and that will get down. It is fair. Up with it quickly is Clark. Runners at the corners as Gamble. Big moment early here in the rubber match. And the payoff, low. Bases are loaded. The second walk issued by Kayla Beaver.
Strikes, but some solid at-bats already.
Serve down the right field line, and that's fair. One run will score. Right behind her is another. Halverson and Kennedy Miller make it 4-0. Runners remain at the corners. Two outs here in the bottom of the first, and Arkansas has exploded for four.
Quality at bat for Arkansas to start off this ball game. Look at where this pitch is located. That's not a bad location, low and outside, but it's just a better swing. Hedgecock throws her hands at this pitch, dumps it out into right field for a clutch, a two-out RB.
Kramer now at third, and that's off the glove of Valentine. Sliding in safely is Reagan Kramer. It is 5-0.
You're seeing all of the momentum shift over into that Arkansas dugout. This is a ball that has to be caught by Riley Valentine back behind the plate. Skips away from her, gets to the backstop. Another run comes across for...
Runners now at first and second. Hogs have batted around here in the first inning. Third walk issued by Beaver. 0-1, bounces in the dirt. Both runners advance. And 5 runs have scored. Bases are loaded again. Johnson aboard. I think Patrick Murphy has seen it. And And the 1-2, pop to shallow left field, and it's going to drop. 1 run is in, 2 runs score. It's 7-0 Arkansas as Camazin and Hedgecock race around on a ball that was placed perfectly in the Bermuda Triangle out there in shallow left.
Just a pure sunball out there behind Kinley Cahalan at shortstop. You can see the hesitation when she's going back to try to get this ball. That's where it's so important to have the communication before the ball is put in play. Making the plate again in the first.
A single and 2 RBIs. Ellis pops it up a mile high, foul territory. Tracking is Broadfoot to record the 3rd out. 7-run score for
corners low in the zone. You can see that she'll rack up the strikeouts too. 115 strikeouts already this season.
Top 10 of the SEC, and that number increases. Throw down to first. Broadfoot retired. Strikeout number 2 for Emma.
The game in between pitches just to keep my mind sharp.
Payoff pitch way out in front was Valentine. Strikeout number 3 for Linestock.
Goes with a changeup, pulls the string.
Get about another one at some point early. There's still a lot of softball left to be played. Popped up, shallow center. And Halverson reaching back into the sunshine. 1-2-3 frame.
A piece of paper, you move the paperweight, and when you move the paperweight, that's when everything starts to fly around the room.
Line drive right field. Catching up with it will be Clark. And don't forget, coming up next to Hannah Gamble. And you mentioned it too. If you're Alabama, still a lot of softball left here in game 3. Plenty of time to attempt to come back, and Torrance fires one across.
There on the berm, the Bogle berm.
Payoff pitch on the way from Torrance. It settles in low, and Miller is aboard for the 2nd time. Kansas, Seaman High School, multi-sport star. Slow roller Hevlin over to Broadfoot. And the side is retired. 2 innings in the books. 7-0 lead. Ends. Nearly weeks away. In the dirt, swung on by Hevlin. Gets away briefly from Miller. Fires down to first in plenty of time for out number 26 seasons now the head coach in Tuscaloosa, Patrick Murphy. Nearly 1,300 wins. Big cut. And coming up empty is Lauren Johnson. 5 strikeouts recorded already for
like it means a lot as far as the standings when it comes to postseason.
Cahalan, fly ball to left, tracked down by Kramer, 10-pitch frame. To an exciting start on the recruiting front. Hedgecock tried to check her swing, foul tips it right into the glove of Valentine.
Night long, she had a couple of line drives that were just caught, hit straight to people on the right side, but came through when her team needed it the most.
And Camazin quickly retired on strikes, back-to-back strikeouts for Jayla Torrance. 7th pitch, the at-bat here for Reagan Johnson. Off of Torrance in the left shoulder, and she appears to be in pain. And Johnson aboard to keep the inning alive for the Razorbacks, and they will check on Jayla Torrance in a hurry.
Which is a very good sign. This is always such a scary moment when the ball gets hit so hard straight back at the pitcher. Hard hit line drive off of that left arm. It looks like Torrance did not have any time to get her glove up at all. Just how quickly it came off of the bat.
Johnson at first, perfect in the stolen base department this year. She'll take off, and on cue, the throw in time. Valentine delivers a strike, and the first time that Johnson has been caught stealing.
Outside to these Alabama hitters.
And the 2-2, chop to Gamble at third, an awkward spin. And Johnson is aboard. Leadoff hitter now standing at first base. You could
down in the zone.
Bunted towards Gamble at third, has to hurry, and the throw not in time. Ellis was drawn off the bag at first. Clark was going to be safe either way, and now added this series against Arkansas until recently. Hammered over to Gamble. She's going to race back to third and get the force out there. Lead runner Jenna Johnson goes back to the Bama dugout in Fayetteville.
She's shown a lot of toughness back there behind the plate, too. It looked like earlier in this inning she took a foul ball off the arm.
Slow roller over to short. Camazin will get the force out to Gamble at third.
Strikes so far on the day.
And the 1-2 stabbed out of the air by Gamble for out number 3. An active inning for number 20 for the Razorbacks. And victorious the first night, Bama yesterday. Carter, the surge into left field. Third hit already for Nia Carter. We're right behind the scoreboard. You're doing so at your own risk. I assume the signs are out there. And Ellis rung up on strikes. Caught looking.
Bree Ellis is a very good
3-1 to Halverson. And a line drive straightaway center. That is off the very top of the wall. Carter racing to third, which Deifel will put up the stop sign.
golf cart out there.
Straightaway center. Could be deep enough for the sac fly. Tracking is Lauren Johnson. And the 8th run of the game scores for the Hogs. Carter slides in safely. Sac fly RBI for Gamble, her 32nd of the season. 9th pitch seen by Miller. And a fly ball to left. Johnson underneath. Retired the side. Hogs add a run. 4 innings in the books. 8-0 our score in Fayetteville, which is before today, on the verge of improving to 3-2 in that department. And the 3-1 low and away. Leadoff batter is aboard in Kristen White. Lauren Esman, the graduate, Kalamazoo, Michigan. Over to second. Quickly, Halverson gets the force out there, and the lead runner, Kristen White, is retired.
Nice backhanded play there by Kylie Halverson, working her way up the middle.
Yesterday in game 2 for the Tide. That was kind of the inning that got things cooking, and what a stop by Bree Ellis. Looked like she was trending the opposite direction, came back towards the bag. The 0-2. Ground ball to second. Halverson up with it, over to Ellis, and Arkansas takes the series against Alabama. And the Hogs run rule. The Crimson Tide here at home. Final score 8-0.
The Razorbacks winning this one.
8 runs on 8 hits. Crimson Tide shut out on just 3 hits this afternoon. And the Hogs take care of business. Alabama falls to 31-12, 8-10 in the SEC. The Hogs in business, another series win.